This is John. For years, he's been mismanaging his money, leading him to stack on collections. Collection number 1 of 12,902. I see another one, ladies and gents, 4,819. As if things couldn't get worse, he got burned out at his job and is now also unemployed. You quit your job?
Yes.
Why did you quit your job? But somehow find himself to be the happiest he's ever been.
I feel good.
Okay.
I feel happy. I feel free. I feel excited.
Even though he has a positive outlook, there are still many steps he needs to take in order to make it. Let's dive right in. Welcome to Finance Action, the show where we take action. My name is Romain, and today I am with John. John, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Doing great, mate. John, let's look at your profile. So, John, you are 28 years old. You're originally from Maupin, California. You used to be a technician, but you're currently unemployed, working as a freelancer and as a DJ. Is that right?
Yes.
Awesome. Looking at the way you rated your personal finances from chilling to Mayday, ladies and gentlemen, John, you rated yourself as surviving, which is good to hear, but I know there is so much more to the story, including past mistakes that are today are paying off, and we'll see how all of this transitions into your life and your finances. But first, bring me a little bit more into your story. Who is John and what have you been through?
All my life, I've kind of struggled with saving money and being able to handle my finances. When I was a kid, my dad really wasn't around. It was a single family home. My mom's really good with money. My sister's really good with money. I, unfortunately, was not good with money for a long, long time until I was probably at least 24, 25 years old when I actually got a real proper job. And I figured out how to save my money, how to budget, how to spend on, not frivolous things you need, and take care of your responsibilities.
You were employed. You took the decision, as far as I understand, you quit your job?
Yes.
Why did you quit your job?
I quit my job because I was there for about a year. The job starting off was okay. My responsibilities were okay. I was able to handle most of it. It was a little bit more than what they were expecting me to do.
Okay.
A lot of the times I'd be doing the work of most of the people in the office. It was just 3 of us. And it kind of just added up, and I just asked for some more money. I was just asking for a little bit more, trying to explain to them, hey, we live in California. It's a little expensive out here. Can I get a little bump? They didn't want to give me the bump. So I just put my 2 weeks in, and that was it. I figured this isn't what I want to do. I have some money saved up. Let me go try to do what I want to do and maybe find something else that'll suit me while I'm doing the passions that I want to do.
Okay, I think this is a fair position because often has a little bit of savings, but also you're stacking on quite a bit of debt that you've picked up for years in, quite a bit of time ago. And so you said before 25 years old, you pretty much were kind of living the high life. Tell me a little bit more. Well, maybe not the high life, but you were not really thoughtful about your money. No. What was going on through your time?
I think what happened was when I first got my job and I was starting to get a consistent paycheck, I had money and I never had money before. So it was just kind of like, oh, I have a consistent amount of money coming in now. Now I can buy whatever I want. If I want to get that game, if I want to go to this party, if I want to go to this show, I can do it. And I would do that. And then I'd have $20 by the time next check rolled around, and then it would replenish, and then the cycle would happen again. And I would do that, and I would do that over and over and over again. And I didn't learn my lesson until I was about 25 years old.
What stopped it?
I got this actual job at a warehouse, like an actual warehouse job, and just the amount of money that I was getting and how much work I was putting in to get that money is what made me want to hold on to it more. You're doing all this hard work, and you get your check, and you don't want it to be gone right away. You're like, okay, I worked hard for this. Now we're holding on to it, and that's what changed, pretty much.
Okay, that's fair. I'm glad that you're realizing, and many are still in this situation, living paycheck to paycheck, and this is why this show exists, guys. Let's get you out of this mindset, and let's set you up in a way that is going to make sense, not just for you, for your family, and also for your future. So, as we think about the elements that you're showing up within today, you're saying surviving, but you are unemployed, okay? How do you feel? How do you feel yourself?
I feel good.
Okay.
I feel happy. I'm enjoying my freelancing and starting out. And maybe in a few months I might feel a little bit more worried, but as of this moment, I'm just happy to be doing what I want to do.
Okay. All right. Let's see if our friend has positioned himself in the right way to take this shot. And what is he going to need in order to make this happen? I think this is going to be a very insightful conversation, especially as we look at your past and some of the decisions that you've taken. Okay. That resulted in tens of thousands of dollars of debt. But for now, let's start first with the first structure of our show, your income and your assets. If you like this type of content, we invite you to like and subscribe as this helps this channel tremendously. Thank you. Speaking about your income, how long ago did you leave your job?
Today is exactly 1 month.
Okay. And are you taking unemployment?
I can't take unemployment because I quit. So
I want to be careful with that.
You can take unemployment?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
So wait. So there needs to be valid reasons, okay, for you to be able to qualify for unemployment. A lot of those are available in your state portals. Each of the state have some of their own, but generally if it's, something arise or, complication at work, or they ask you for more work than what you originally signed for, you could have potentially applied for that. Yes, sir.
I had no idea.
Yes. So please, there is another thing, and that's a hidden gem that not too many people know about. It's called paid medical leave. Okay? Mm-hmm. And paid medical leave is a state-funded program that allows you to take up to 12 weeks of paid medical if something was to arrive in your job and you have to quit. I give you an example. Let's say you want to quit because you're burning out, or you have a medical complication, meaning your back is being very strained. You've tried to get accommodation at work and so on. And so you can't do that. They don't accommodate for that. You would apply for, and it's available in California, I checked. It was available in Washington for paid medical leave. And this can be allowed after you quit. And it can give you up to 12 weeks of relief, either if you're transitioning a job, or if you're wanting to invest into yourself, your health, and so on, and recover, okay? So please, sometimes quitting, you can still maintain some form of income because we're still, paying taxes, and for the government, that doesn't mean that you need to go overboard on some of those concepts. But quitting is not always a death sentence when it comes to additional benefits that you can cover in the interim of everything that happens, okay? So I will want you at some point to dive into those aspects. You may be able to qualify, and that would help you. Because right now, as I look into some of your recent statements, last month you've made about $600 or so, but there's nothing else.
Coming in? No, that's about it. Or unless I start, I try to sell stuff, I try to do other stuff, whatever I can get, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. With regards to your interview tomorrow, you are interviewing for what?
It's a warehouse, it's just another warehouse position.
How much do they pay?
It'll be $20.
$20 an hour? Okay. How many hours do you think you can do there?
I believe, and they said it was 40-hour week, so full-time.
Oh, wow. But you would be willing to work full-time?
Yeah, I've done full-time jobs before.
Oh, but I thought you quit your job because you wanted to pursue your passion.
I quit my job because it was so much burnout from what they wanted me to do, and I said, this is not what I want to do. I need to go and pursue what I'm doing.
You were leaving no matter what.
I'm leaving no matter what. I do not like this job. I'm tired of it. I'm done. That's what happened.
Okay. So how long did it take you to go to that realization?
I was there for a year, and then once they gave me my review, and it was a really good review.
You asked for a raise, and they say peanuts.
Yeah. So I said, hey, explain. And they said, no, thank you. They said, no. And I said, okay, then. So I need to go and find somewhere that will either, use me in a better way, or they'll give me more money. I'm a good worker. I'll be honest, I'm a pretty good worker. I think I did a really good job. And they were happy with what I was doing. It was just, they didn't want to pay me what I was asking, which really wasn't much more. It was $21 they wanted to give me. I was asking for $23.50.
No way.
That's it.
Okay, so this is a joke, especially if you were a very strong element in the team. And when you resigned, did they try to stop you?
No. It was very much like they were trying. Okay, so my main manager was trying to figure out what we could do. It was the higher up people that were very much like, just go. Like that's how they look at you. You're pretty much the bottom man on the totem pole to this company. And
was it a small business or was it a pretty big corporation?
They had 4 branches they have 4 branches in America, but there's only like 60 people, so it's not a huge company, but it's not like tiny. It's not like it's a super small company. In that building, there was just 3 of us. That was it, though.
Do you know if other people of the same position as you were earning a similar income?
My technician, that was the field technician, he was getting 25.
How was your approach when asking for a raise?
I was at my interview. He gave me the review. It was a really good review. And I said, do you think there was a possible way that we could maybe bump up to like $23.50? You know, that's all I was just asking was, is there a possible way we can just move up a little bit more since I'm taking on these calls and I'm doing a little bit more of this work? And he was like, and like I said, my main manager was like, that's cool, man. Like, okay, let's try it. And he tried. It didn't work. So it's not like the 2 guys I worked with or directly. It wasn't like they were telling me like, you're not going to get paid. You know what I mean? They were very much like, we're going to try. And then the upper people said no.
Okay. I think you came to that discussion pretty well, I was going to say. Because when I think about asking for a promotion, look, personally, this is how I've done it. When I was in a company at MGM Resorts, I asked for a financial promotion 4 times and I got it 4 times. Okay. And this is how my approach works. Number 1, I make sure that I come to the meeting ready. Okay. The idea is that you come with a number, you know exactly how to position yourself. And you come already with resources to showcase your abilities. If you work in the technician industry, hey, this is all the reviews that I got about the job, or some type of experience, customer experience. You want to show proof that what you're doing is actually above expectations. And I would ask the question on those lines of, given my performance, what prevents you today from increasing my salary? And that is where you put the ball in their court. And generally, they're going to be a little bit surprised and be like, oh, well, hold on. Generally, you're the one that's asking for a number, but here I'm putting the ball on your court. What, from what you're seeing today, is preventing me from getting a bump? Now, the cards are on their side of the table to tell you, we don't know about company budgets and so on, whatever. And that's where clearly there is no valid reason that is linked to your individuality. I would come in and say, look, I've been here for a year. I've been providing excellent service to customers. I have been going above and beyond on some of the tasks. And on top of that, if you had to recruit someone new, let's look at the market right now. It's about $23 to $25. So not only are you going to have a guy that doesn't know at all about the company culture, the company's speed of operations, the quality of standards and so on, whatever you want to link to the company. But on top of that, you're going to have to train that guy. You're going to have to pay and have a gap, because I'm telling you right away, if this is not happening, I will be looking for a job. Okay? And in fact, I've already started to look in preparation of this not taking place. So when you're thinking about taking action at your employment, come with cards, be firm on your approach, not aggressive, but be firm in a way that they will take you seriously. And man, if they didn't give me an update after 2 weeks, I was a pain in the ass because they have to tell me, oh no, Romain, it's not happening. I'm always wanting to give them the cards, because then they are the ones that make the decision. So if you come and say, oh, by the way, have you had the chance, to check about my promotion? No. It's been 2 weeks. What are the results? You put them into a difficult position that the human just doesn't generally like. And after a while, after you follow up for a while, they're going to have to give you an answer. And generally, if something doesn't arise, I say, look, I have a job here that's lined up at $25 or $23. Can you match? Yes or no? No, I'm out in 2 weeks. That's kind of how I play the game. But at the time, I felt like for the most part, you mentioned some of the criteria that I felt were pretty right. So, I can't deny your approach on it. I wish you had another job lined up to use as a leverage. But again, if they said bye and thank you, we are good with that, that's tough leverage. Generally, you can allow yourself those positions when you have some form of leverage and they want to keep you, right? If you're at the borderline of being fired, they're like, oh, cheers, thank you. These guys are asking for promotion. Please put him on the back burner. So anyway, right now, with an income of, I'm going to put $600 per month. Look, let's put 0 for now. And as we think together about analyzing your finance, I'm going to tell you how much you need to make to maintain your lifestyle and to continue potentially pushing on some of the projects that you have going on, okay? So guys, stay till the end as we'll be looking into how much does today our friend John needs to make to pursue your passion. Let's move on to your assets. Thank you for providing me with your statement. I see on your checking account you have a balance of $4,500, which is nice to see. Congratulations, John. It's not exceptional, but it's at least positive. We like to see that. I also see that you have a saving account on a regular saving. We'll be speaking about this of $6,000. Nicely done. How did you go about saving that money?
Just saving it. Just as I worked every week, I would just put money into it every week because we get paid weekly.
Oh, weekly.
Yeah, $100, $200 here and there. Just shove it in there.
When you were working in your job making $20 an hour? Wow. Well, that's pretty good.
Weekly,
well
and then before then it was bi-weekly, and then I would same thing. I would just put a couple $100 away every time.
And at what age you started saving?
25.
Oh, before 25, 0.
Before 25, I was throwing it everywhere. But and after 25, it hit me, and I said, we got to figure it out. So.
That's fair. Okay. I see also that you're referring here to an unknown type of 401k. You don't really know what it is.
It's I don't know. It's Vanguard, right? That's the only company. It's the company that has it or whatever, but that's my 401k. Yeah.
Okay. And I see a balance that you're referring here to about $7,000.
That's the last thing I remember seeing on a statement.
Okay. So, guys, here, kind of shameless plug because this company has worked pretty well for me. If you have an old 401k and you don't know what the heck is this, okay, there is a company, link in the description, whose name is Capitalized. And what they do is they're going to look at your profile. They're going to dive into where the heck is this 401k, and I'm going to make sure that it's rolled in properly. Okay, their services are free as well. So link in the description for you guys. If you have an old 401k, let's take advantage of that and let's make sure that it's set correctly. We don't want to lose retirement money. Sometimes, actually, for some people, it's better because they don't even think that it exists. But, okay, let's look into this. Okay, moving on. As we think about your rest of your assets, you have a car. What do you drive?
A 2018 Honda Civic Sport hatchback.
Okay, how many miles?
60,000.
Okay, not too bad. How much do you own? Oh, hold on. I actually see here 11,845.
Yes.
At an interest rate of 14%. That's rough. How come you got this interest rate?
Actually, you know what? It wasn't that bad in the beginning, and I think what happened was when I got it, when I had to go get it to actually finance the car because I was leasing it. When I went to go actually get financed, that's what happened. My credit was not good.
What's your credit score today?
535.
Okay. Oh, now it makes sense. Okay, because of a bunch of collections, we'll be looking into this. Okay, so 14%. I don't really like this, to be honest, John. It's a little bit steep. Huh? Your minimum payment every month or your monthly payments are around
368.
Okay. So if I look at the Kelly Blue Book value for this car right now, John, it's at 17,500. You own 11,800, so you're positive on it at around 5,655. That's good to know. You have positive equity on this. Okay. Any other assets that I have not accounted for here?
No.
Okay. That brings your total assets, John, at 28 years old. Currently, if you were to sell everything, at $35,000.
All right.
Not too bad. Not too bad, okay? There is a bunch of debt that's stacking against us. Actually, now that we looked into this, let's move on to a more interesting section of our programming, your expenses and your debt. Let's start first with your rent in California. This is expensive, but not too bad. How much are you paying for rent, John, today?
Well, my part is only about $600.
Woo!
We all split it around. It's probably around $1,800, a little bit more maybe.
Okay.
Just for like a 2-bedroom California. It's pretty expensive out there.
Yeah,
You're looking for $2,000 at studio apartments out there, man. Like, it's crazy.
How are you pulling off a 2-bedroom at 1,800?
We're all pitching in, my whole family. It's me, my mom.
Well, hold on, but how are you getting a rate at 1,800 for a 2-bedroom apartment? It's not bad at all.
I guess whoever owns that complex specifically, he's a nice guy. I think he was a fireman. He's a cool guy. And it's we're really lucky. I'll say that. We don't know him or anything, but I guess we just got really lucky finding it. We found it we've been there for almost 10 years. So
oh, wow.
We've been there a while.
So a perfect tenant. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, sometimes, guys, if you are a house owner and you find a tenant like this that's paying every month, you guys have never been late?
No.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you just like, please, stay, whatever. I just forget about these assets. Get me the payments and let's make sure my property is kept up. Okay. Now that makes more sense why you guys are having those prices. When it comes to your portion of the rent, that doesn't include utilities. So how much on top of that would you add?
$900 total a month for everything, for utilities, rent, and then internet and the other stuff.
Okay.
And if you want to add food to it, then we can maybe say $1,000.
Okay. Well, so generally when I think about housing expense here, our friend has zero income. We like it to be below 28% of your income when it looks at rent and utilities. But looking frankly, $900 in California, sir, well done. Let's keep going like this, at least for some time, okay? I like to see that. Let's move on to your transportation expenses. I see again that you provided us with your minimum payment on your car. I'm sorry, your payment on your car of $368. In terms of gas, looking at your statement, you record about $120. That's pretty fair. And in terms of insurance, I was surprised that you're only recording $80. How are you pulling this off?
It was just when I got it, it was just that was it.
Are you fully covered?
Yeah, I don't just believe me. I was shocked too. Believe me, when I got it, it was just $80 too. And I was like, okay.
Make 100% sure that it's full coverage.
Okay.
It seems too good to be true.
Because I've gotten into one accident. It wasn't my fault. They figured that out. I'm a really good driver. I have never had any issues, no tickets, no anything. So I assumed just because I had such a good record, they were like, let's keep it kind of.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been driving in the United States for 13 years. My car is not more expensive than yours, and I'm paying $200 or so.
Okay.
So there is something here,
there must be something wrong.
Flavor taste.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is not good. So I would please look into it. And if you have car insurance, make sure that your uninsured, underinsured match your bodily injury. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is a gold nugget. You need to have uninsured, underinsured on it. Okay, in full coverage. All right. Again, let's look at that ratio against your income. You have no income. Generally, we like the combination of 3 car payment, gas, and insurance to be less than 15% of your net income. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. John, let's look at your past.
Okay.
So, before 25 years old, you were kind of rolling around on credit card debt.
Yep.
Let's look at some of the collections that now bring you to a score at 535. You are showing a collection number 1 of 12,902. That happened in 2020. Mm-hmm. What happened there?
That was building up a lot more before 2020. That was probably building up when I was like 7 years ago when I was 21, 22.
Oof, okay.
That was my first credit card. They gave me... it was $5,000 limit, and I used it to buy books. I was using it to buy books. That's all I was using, and I was paying it off all the time. I was actually having a pretty good credit score. And then I figured out that if you buy something today, you don't have to pay for it for at least another month or two. And that was where the fun started. So, and it became a big snowball, and it got way out of control. And here we are. So that's pretty much the story with that first one.
Okay, so Oh man, so let's look at this, guys. I mean, on a card here, probably an interest of around, let's say 25%, 30%, if you had it 7 years. So the balance was probably what, like $6,000, $7,000?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if it was more than that. It was probably around there, probably close to that. No more than like 8. I know that for sure.
And today you're showing with 13,000. See how much interest is killing you guys. Not only it's killing our friend here because now he has a debt that is almost twice the amount that he spent, but also his credit score as well. But that's the only one. I see also a Target credit card in collection of 4,819. Mm-hmm. What happened?
About the same thing at Target specifically, but it's 4,000 now, but I probably spent about 2,000, so it's probably doubled since then, unfortunately.
What was the mindset at the time?
I just really wanted stuff. I was like, man, I really want this and I really want that. And I'm just going to buy with a credit card because I'm dumb. And I wasn't thinking, and I was thinking, I'll be able to pay this off no problem. And it never happened. So.
Yeah, that's the story of many. I see another one, ladies and gents, 1,102. That's also closed. All of those cards are closed. You pretty much have no credit card open. It's not good. What happened on this one?
Well, there was a big convention in LA. There was Anime Expo. So like we had to get a hotel. We had to get everything for it. So I was the one who put in for it. We all split. They gave me money for it and everything.
But you never put it towards paying the credit card.
I put that towards I didn't put it towards the credit card. No, I just spent it. We had a good time. It was a lot of fun. I was 22. I was 22. I was having so much fun.
Dude, it's been 6 years and we're still seeing some of this today. Yeah.
But the memories last a lifetime.
Yeah, memory lasts a lifetime. Dude, you're trying to go at a freelancer gig, but you're showing me here with what? Like, let's look at the sum of your debt together. If we were to sum that, 30,668.
Man.
Yeah.
Live fast, die poor, you know?
No. Shit. No, let's not bring the John that is less than 25 years old. We need to bring the John back. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's quite a bit of debt. So I'm glad to see at least that you haven't had any recent credit card. That's probably because you can't get any of them, right? Nobody is approving you.
I get pre-approved cards all the time in the mail from a lot.
No way.
Weekly, daily, no joke.
No way.
No joke. I wish I could bring a stack like this big. I swear to God. Every time I get them in, I always look at it and I shake my head because I know maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I would have been the guy to be like, oh, wow, I got a pre-approved card. Let's go spend it. But luckily now I don't. And I'm thinking this is sad and scary because they're just targeting people with credit card problems. They're sending them free money, like not free money, but what people think is free money. And then they want them to go spend that and rack up the credit anymore and just make it worse for yourself. Luckily, I learned that luckily, and I know there's people out there that don't do that, and they really should learn this is not free money. This is a trap. This is a trap they're setting, and you're gonna jump right into it.
Wow, this is so predatory, dude. What the heck? They're sending you 535 credits. Oh gosh, freaking sharks, man. No pity.
I mean, they want money. They just want their money.
Okay. All right. So this was the past. We'll see how we're going to be able to approach that. Any of those collections, are they calling you or no?
The only one that was for that 12,000, they'll call me. I try to negotiate with them. They don't want to go down more than 10,000.
What?
Yeah. They do this every time. I go, will you take this amount of money? I'll give you $5,000 right now. I have it. We won't take less than 9,500. And I went, okay, I just hang up because I'm like, you guys bought it, so
yes,
I'm not gonna...
yeah, damn, all right, nice, you're doing good, man. I mean,
I learned from 25. So for the last 3 years, I've been doing good.
Dude, I'm telling. Okay, so that's where a lot of timing comes into play. So that's when you think about negotiating on collection. Right now, you have no really benefit of paying back that $10,000. Mm-hmm. You're not here in the market of purchasing a house or any of that.
Yep.
So let's bring those dice down. And let me tell you, they're going to go down at some point. Time is of your essence. You have nothing left to lose here. You don't need to use credit in the immediate term, do you?
No.
Yeah. I mean, generally in your 20s, you want to build a decent credit. But what's going to happen probably in your case is as soon as we're able to take care of some of that, your credit is going to rocket back up. I'll be speaking about some of the strategies later on.
When I
again.
Actually, it was weird when I paid off one of the cards, my credit went down like a chunk. I paid off a Best Buy card for $1,800. My points dropped like 18 points. My score dropped. I was shocked. It said closed account, and then I just said it dropped.
Oh, so the account closed?
I guess so. Is that like?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, because one of the components around it is open accounts, age of accounts.
I see.
So when I look into some of your credit score history, you have no history because all of the cards that you have either have a balance or are closed. Mm-hmm. Guys, I'm still carrying the first card that is shit that I got at 21 years old. I'm not canceling and I don't have any I probably have $5 that's hitting it every month just to keep the card active. But that is because I want the age of the card. Mm-hmm. And so if the Best Buy card was at a decent age and was an open account in a decent standing, and now, yes, actually it was probably not in a decent standing, but now that you're killing the age, you're killing the account. Credit is like, well, this guy has nothing to show for. So we're going to have to think about kind of building your score back up, maybe through something different than credit cards. We'll be speaking about this.
Okay.
Now, if only you had, collections. I see also that, my friend, you've been going out lately quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been having fun. I mean, I go out. I met a girl, so it's cool. We're just going out. I don't ever do that, so it's not something I always do. So I'm doing something a little different, but it's also fun. It's cool. I mean,
$100 a night?
I have a fun time. Yeah.
How do you spend $100?
Drinks only. Okay. But when I'm buying it for me and her, it adds up real quick. That's
okay. So how many dates have you guys been on?
3 or 4.
Has she paid any of it?
Yeah, she's gotten some. She's like, let me buy some of it, but I'm very much like, I got it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what I do. So,
oh, man, I can't criticize you for that. I want to tell you no, because you can't really. But you need to leave 28. maybe don't go $100 a night. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll be discussing on this.
Okay, I can dial it back.
Yeah, dial it back. Get the experience. Don't get the spend.
I think it's because it's so early too, so it's just a lot of fun right now. That I know as soon as I start like hitting me, I'm gonna be like, okay, let's just bring it back down a bit, And then once we get the job again, then we can bail it up again.
Exactly. Okay. Ah, man, financially on paper, it's not good for your situation, but there is, again, more texture to the story. Okay, we'll be discussing about this. I see also though that the typical Starbucks, at least I'm not saying DoorDash, although you used to.
I don't use DoorDash anymore. I used to use it when it wasn't terribly overpriced, when it was okay. And then after COVID, right? 2020, 2021, like you order McDonald's, it's like $35 on there. It's nuts. Like,
what the?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. I haven't opened any of those apps in freaking years. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, DoorDash is crazy.
If I look at some of the rest of your expenses, for the most part, you are playing a decent game here. I don't see anything that really sparks outside of a little bit of those shit expenses. But, in terms of food, what happens on that?
I try to just make what I have at home.
So what, around let's say 300, 350 per month, 400?
I wouldn't say 400. I would say probably I'd probably say like 250 for food a monthly for just for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say 250. Some of it's me, some of it's for my family. You know what I mean? Like we all pitch in.
Okay, I think that's fair. That's good. Overall, I'm glad to see again, as I mentioned, no other type of debt that has been taken recently. So that brings your current net worth, my friend. If we were to pay all the debt that you have right now, non-negotiated with the collecting agency, which you will be at some point, at a positive 4,300. Mm-hmm. Look, you've made mistakes in your past. But today you're not showing up with nothing neither. It's true that if your job, you've been saving a lot on the side and so on, well, to be honest, you were pretty much saving to pay back some of the debt that you accumulated in the past. So that balances out to about $4,000 or so. Let's see how we can elevate this, especially as you think about pursuing some of your passion. Okay, I want to bring you into a next segment on our show that is exciting, and it's going to be a physical intervention in a way that is going to be the money case. So, my friend, in this money case is going to be an element that I want you to think of that you're probably not going to like. Okay? And that is related to the decisions that you have with your car. In this case, I have the amount of interest that you're going to be paying this year on your car. Okay? Mm-hmm. So you're not going to pay $1,000. But John, right now, unemployed, no income, nothing, you're paying $1,686. Mm. And that is because you've stacked up on an interest rate of 14%, which is not too bad, but it's costing you quite a bit of money, my friend. And so at a young age, when you think about transforming your life and being a little bit more efficient with some of your spend, trying to, correct some of the errors that you've made in the past, do you think this is the best way to spend your money?
I could probably find a way to sell the car maybe and find a car that's a used car and use that car. The only issue I don't like with that is that my car is reliable, and if I have a car that is not reliable, I'm going to be spending more money on repairing it. That's my only issue.
Okay, you're bringing some valid points, John, because this was actually one of my recommendations. But let me walk you through my train of thoughts. Your credit is shit. So, in a way, maintaining this car can allow you, the interest is awful though, to continue showing positive payment on your credit score. But in my mind, I was like, Johnny's trying to pull it off here with no real reliable income yet. And you're spending money on things that could be better if more efficient. For example, potentially selling your car, buying a used car. And if you do, go on Facebook Marketplace or go on Craigslist and make sure that you bring a mechanic with you. It's going to cost you $125. And when you go, you say, I want my mechanic to come and check it out. Or let's go to a car and pay the inspection. Okay, the goal is to not have surprised. But you're raising a valid point. You know what? I take that into account and I will follow your thoughts with maintaining the car. Now, let's be serious for a minute.
Yes.
I'm going to walk you through it. Now I'm going to immerse myself with being John. What am I going to do if I was in your seat? Well, number one, I need to understand what my expenses are going for. Yeah. And we have needs, we have wants, aka going with the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Cool. And we have gold, money to save, invest, or pay back debt. Needs right now, John, today, if I look at everything that we've discussed together, you need to bring to survive $1,868 per month.
Okay.
Once, my friend, I'm going to give you $200.
Okay.
$50 a week to have fun, enjoy around. And I'm being nice. Because truthfully, being unemployed right now, I should give you $0. But we want to encourage, the positive emotions of life and you enjoying time with your newly, potentially, girlfriend. Is it a girlfriend?
But we're just dating. We're just going out. So
okay.
Not a girlfriend, but somebody I'm just seeing.
Okay, that's fair. And also, I am going to put gold of $600. That's the amount of money that I want you to save. Okay, why $600? Well, I mean, right now your situation is so much fluctuating that $600 is kind of what we want to save on the Roth IRA. Huh? That brings you, my friend, to an income that you need to make today of $45,000. The question that I have for you is, how are you going to make those $45,000? What is your plan?
Well, at the moment, I am doing my freelancing and my DJing, and who knows if anything could happen there. That'd be fantastic. But to be more realistic, in June, I do plan on going to an adult school to take a class for pharmacy technician. I try to get my license. And from there, I'm going to try to apply to different pharmacies and work my way up there possibly. That's my long-term career goal.
Okay, that's fair. So if I look at the salary for pharmacy technician in California, you're looking between $17 and $24 an hour.
I don't plan on staying in California. California is not where I want to be. California is...
Where do you want to be?
Here, actually, Las Vegas.
Oh, dude. Wait, you're going before some of my recommendations. Holy smokes, my friend. That's good. That's good. You're thinking well. I like to see that, man. I like that. Okay.
So, funny enough, I figured this out at my last job. I was talking to my coworker, and we were from different generations, a lot older. He has a house. He has a lot of things that I don't. I've explained to him, like, living here... I was like, I might not ever own a home. I was like, I won't ever own a home in California. I was like, it's way too expensive. I told him, I was like, I got to go somewhere else. I was like, that's why I started looking. Vegas is decent.
42% cheaper than Los Angeles.
Yep. So once I get that license, I'm going to try to get over here, trying to move up to Vegas as soon as possible or, you know what I mean? Or whatever state that I can take that and make a good living off of.
My friend, you are going above and beyond. My first question in your recommendation also was, why the heck are you in LA? But that's also because you are paying $900 of rent.
When you're born there's not much you can do.
That's fair. Stuck there. That's fair. Okay, so looking at your career, guys, look, there is not just very expensive degrees.
Yeah.
For people to be successful in life, okay? In fact, there is a company that I've started to very much interest myself into, and I looked pretty well, and they seem to be providing with great opportunities, and that is called Course Careers. I also have a link in the description if you guys are interested, and those allow you to get into positions potentially remote with computers, since you used to be an IT engineer. That could be something that could be of your interest, because the thing is, I don't want you to be stuck into a position that's going to cap you at $22, $24 an hour. Do you feel like there is some form of exit that is possible with this pharmacy technician position?
I don't know about an exit, but I will say that I want to be doing something that I enjoy doing and making other people enjoy it as well. And not just because of the money, but because it makes me feel good. I was so happy because I was like, you know what? I would either be in that desk today or I'd be going up to Vegas today to be on this show and have a great time.
Okay, guys, I don't know how I can describe it, but John has very, very positive energies. I like that, dude. You have a really good vibe.
Thank you.
I feel like, man, you're countering a lot of some of my recommendations. You have good arguments too. I like that. Okay. Cool. Let's think about the money that you have right now and how I would think about it. Well, number one, the money that you have on your saving account, you're losing money every year, about 6%.
Okay.
That is called inflation, right? Cost of living is increasing.
Yep.
You're getting 0.1% at the bank. It's growing at 6% a year. You're going down little by little. The value of your money goes down, okay? So what I would do right away, no question asked, you put that stuff into a high-yield saving account. It's going to give you about 5.5% right now, and you fight inflation. Your money is stable. I like you to have this money and to never touch it. This is what is called an emergency fund.
Okay.
And given that your needs are around 1,900 or so, you have about 3 months in front of you. The other thing, of course, I need you to find your 401k. Just look into it and make sure that if you can convert it to a Roth, I think this could be beneficial because right now you're in a low tax bracket at a young age. You want to be on Roth IRA. Guys, please, Roth IRA. This is the way to go. And that is going to be pretty good. When it comes to collections, you've already negotiated with some of them. I wouldn't budge at all.
Okay.
I wouldn't budge.
Okay.
Until you're able to get, it's a $13,000 debt. It's been 4 years. Yeah, they're not going to budge for at least another 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see them budging. But we want to take care of this, okay? Why? Because I feel like in your 20s right now, this is how I think about life. And it's the first time on the show that I'm actually saying this line. But that's how I myself think about life in us at a young age. An hour today is 10 hours in 10 years. Why? Because today, my friend, the only person that you have to think of, for the most part, is yourself, right? You don't have little John that needs to go to soccer or little Bambino that needs to get his vaccine because he's a dog and whatever. What I mean by that is what you're going to experience, and I'm still early in the trail of life, is that your time is going to be number one of your greatest essence, and number two, depending on how you want to shape your life, because I imagine you want to have a family at some point and so on, a lot is going to fill yourself in. So your optimization is incredible at a young age. And a succession of right decisions can lead you into a life that becomes much easier. So an hour today is 10 hours in 10 years. So that is kind of how I really want you to frame your mindset as to how do you now build the trajectory of your life.
Okay.
I want you to commit to tell me a date where you're going to take the set of actions that you've mentioned, meaning potentially moving outside of an expensive California, finding a job that you like.
Okay.
And I need you to please not hurt your capital. Okay. What I mean by that is right now you have a little bit of a base. You have a positive net worth. I don't want you to dip into the base that you have because you have about $10,000 of cash. Mm-hmm. And I want you to always in your mind be into that mindset of, at least in your young age right now, you're super young, keep that mindset of the $10,000 base and do everything it takes to not fall under that line. So I'm going to ask you this question. How long do you give yourself to move out of California and to put your ducks in a row to give you a shot at the life that you want?
I wish I knew when the courses ended. As soon as it's done, as soon as I can get my license, and as soon as I can apply.
Wait, the license is only for California? Or is
No. It can go anywhere you want. I just don't know when the classes end. I don't know the exact date that they're finished.
When does the class start?
June it's summer, so June.
Okay, so we are in March, right?
Yeah, almost April.
Avril, Mai, Juin,
2 months.
Juillet.
Yeah.
4 months.
4 months.
I want you to be able to pay that course of $3,000. That's your goal.
Okay.
Without decreasing the balance that you have on your accounts today.
Okay.
That's the target.
Okay.
That's the target. Because if you come here to Las Vegas in 4 months with a certificate, with $10,000 on your account, with the right mindset around money, you're going to be good. In a couple of years, right now, you don't have the money to pay your collection. You continue to negotiate on those collections. You need to pay them now. Yeah. Your credit score is going to shoot up. I want you to start looking into other opportunities to build your credit score. Meaning there is a company, for example, that is called Stellar Fi. Link in description again, guys. I will not recommend a product that I haven't used myself. So I'm not here participating in any BS sponsorship or any of that. If I don't use it, if I don't like it, I will not put that shit on the show. Stellar Fi use your regular payments and allows to build credit on top of it. So building credit is going to be key for you in the soon future. Because honestly, if in a couple of years you pay your collection, you get a stable job, you're in a low cost of living, you have no income debt, your credit score is going to shoot because you're preparing today. My friend, at around, 32, 33 years old, you can potentially consider thinking about buying a house. You can consider potentially studying about investing. And I want you also very soon to start considering your retirement. Okay? Mm-hmm. Faure. But overall, I feel good about you.
Cool. Okay.
You have any questions as to the process that you've been through today? Anything for me that you want to ask with regards to your situation?
Do you think credit cards are inherently bad, or do you think people are just bad at managing them?
I average about 5 to 6% cash back on all my credit cards.
All right.
I have 17 credit cards. Okay. And I have a credit score that is higher than 800.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But me at 21 years old, I learned how I wanted to play the game. And I knew I wanted to beat it. And FYI, I know the maximum score is 850. But if you are above 740, I have access to all of the best rates if I want to. Mm-hmm. Okay. If you play the game right, credit cards can be of tremendous benefit. I get access to lounge across airports. I get access to whatever. Okay. Like guarantees on my purchases and so on. That's where credit cards are good. Mm. But I am thinking from a French perspective. And in France, if you don't have the freaking money, you don't spend it. Mm. But the whole mindset here is off. And it's predatory when a freaking bank is like, oh, we know this guy is not paying his stuff. Oh, let's send him, $5, $6, $7, $10,000, which what happened on credit cards. And then you take, and then you end up on this sit. And have people that have been bankrupt on this sit. Yeah. So I personally think that is all of a mindset. Because I believe more than 50% of Americans have credit card debt. Mm. So the mindset is very much to the benefit of the banks. Because all of the rewards that I'm getting, the 6% cash back on my groceries and all that shit, well, I'm sorry, it's not the bank who is paying. It's the people that are not paying their card and are paying interest. So if you play the game right, freaking go for credit card because there is a tremendous game to play. Okay? Do you have anything, and you can speak to the camera right here, anything that you want to say to individuals who potentially find themselves in the mindset that you were before 25 years old?
Be careful with what you're doing with your money. Make sure you're saving it, putting it away with a Roth IRA, possibly looking into your 401k, managing your money at an early age, just giving yourself that responsibility so you know what to do with it. So you're not like in a situation where you get a check and you can go and spend it out because you've never had that before and you just want to have fun. Like be responsible with that at an early age, and then later on you can have some fun and enjoy yourself. Like right now I'm in between right now.
Yeah.
So I'm in between. It's kind of a weird situation it is, But like
But you have the right mindset.
Yeah, but like you said, in a few months, then I could be in a dire situation. So it's just kind of like it's 50-50, but like you don't want to be in the situation, so don't get into that situation.
Okay. No, that's excellent, guys. Again, a very interesting story. Here, our friend clicked. I think that pre-25 years old is the past. You're done. You're back on the track. Enjoy the next couple of weeks of freedom.
Thank you.
Get back in the game on a full time that you like. And man, your life is written. I think you're gonna have a good time. Okay.
I think so. And I have my interviews coming up too. So who knows? I could have a job by next week.
Hey, you keep me updated. I will put this in the follow up. Okay. Let's make sure that you get that job going. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being here and watching our story. Thank you, John.
Thank you for having me.
Until then, we see you next time. À bientôt.
Hello?
Hello, John. This is Romain. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I know it's been a little bit since we've chatted together, but I'm here for the follow-up, mate. I want to hear some good news. How have things been going on?
Everything's good. I got that full-time job, and now I'm just kind of collecting money, and then I'm going to go take my classes next month, and then get my license, and then from there we'll see what I do.
So that interview that you wanted to take, you've been able to kind of secure the job?
So I went to that interview. I had actually another one as well, and I actually got the other job. But I got a job, yeah.
How much are they paying you for this new one?
At the moment, it's 19.
19? Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
How have you been managing all your spend and so on? I know we've been wanting for you to tackle little by little some of your collections. Have you chatted with them?
Yeah, I called, and no, they're still not moving. They're still being very stubborn, so I'm just holding out.
I think what's going on potentially is either they know they're going to get buyouts by another collection agency, and they're just waiting for the timing to drop, or they're still, because you're interacting with them, you're still giving them hope that at some point you're going to need the credit and they're going to have you concede. But right now, as we've spoken, I don't think you're particularly in a full rush because, again, as soon as you're going to pay those and you request by email, actually, not just verbal, but by email that this will get, this will be taken off from your credit score, it's going to rocket like no tomorrow. So I think right now it's just a game of time, patience, so that you get a good deal with them.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm playing it. So that's perfect.
You had quite a bit of savings. Were you able to move that money into a high yield saving account like we discussed, just so that you can fight inflation?
No, I didn't. I just kind of helped. I kept it in my savings. I was just kind of more focused on trying to get this job and everything. So I haven't really done anything with moving any of the money yet. So once that's consistent, then I'll figure that part out.
Yeah, I think to be honest with you, John, it's probably a couple minutes, and it's tens, if not hundreds of dollars that you can get from that. It's literally a couple of clicks. So don't let this fall. It's free money. Just take 20 minutes and you get it out of the way. That's pretty much free money, man. The other thing that I was going to ask you is, what have you decided with regards to your car? Are we keeping it?
Yes. So at the moment, I am going to be keeping the car. If I can get a deal or something like that, or something comes up saying, I have this car, it runs really well and everything, like a good situation like that, then I'll sell this one. But at the moment, it's the most reliable thing, like I said. Okay.
What about your mental health? I know last time you quit because you got burned out. And now, how do you feel about the new job? Are you able to manage it with your passion, with DJing and everything?
Yeah, I've been practicing every day. Everything's good. It feels better knowing that I have a plan set, so it doesn't make me feel this sense of dread that I used to feel where I go into work and I tell myself, this is what you're going to be doing forever. I don't feel so stressed out anymore.
That's awesome, John. With regards to your target date, you remember we said, all right, we need you to have a date for potentially you moving out of Los Angeles. Is this still in the books?
Yeah, it's still in the books. The classes do take 5 months, so it's going to be June to about, November, December. That's when the schooling will be done. I'll have my license, and then I can figure that part out. So I got to do that first.
That's cool, if you can pull it off financially with a good job, lower cost of living, and you're happy with what you're doing. Also, Vegas not too bad for the issues that you have with DJing. Woo, that could be good, man. That could be good. Well, I think everything is green on your side, right? You're, just a little bit of small things here. Maybe also look into your 401k. Maybe you had the time to look into that. But, some small things, it shouldn't be taking you too long. You have a plan. You're in the right mindset. I feel good about it, John.
I feel good too, so I'm happy.
Okay, well, that's great. Mate, it was a pleasure having you on the show. Keep me updated if you have other questions, and we keep in touch, okay?
Yeah, it was cool. Thank you for having me again, man. It was nice talking to you.
All right, take care, John. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.